afternoon, everyone. And today I'll be talking and discussing with you about the importance of acceptance. So I reckon that everyone in this hall has a family, right? Can I please have a show of hands of how many people here have siblings? Please keep your hand up if you have a brother. Well, I'm a child of 3 brothers, where my eldest brother, Gabriel, has Down syndrome. He is now going to a specialized school that specializes in teaching and supporting people with Down syndrome. So by now, you would be wondering, what is Down syndrome? Down syndrome is actually a genetic disorder. In each body, there are 23 pairs of chromosomes, and if somebody has Down syndrome, also known as trisomy 21, they would have a partial or extra chromosome added to pair number 21. The chromosome is believed to be occurred by chance. So, what is Down syndrome? Down syndrome is actually a genetic disorder, as I mentioned before, and it is typically associated with physical growth delay, and it is an intellectual disability and not a mental disorder, which means that they have a lower IQ than a normal person's. So, I would like to start off with a short story. While I was walking down the street with my brother Gabriel, I received unfriendly glances and curious glances from people around me. Well, I felt angry because I was like, shouldn't this society be accepting other people's imperfections and uniqueness? And I also felt upset because I now the epiphany that Down syndrome is still not accepted by the society. So, Gabriel is approaching his end of education. His education ends when he approaches 18 years old. And you will be wondering, where would he go in the future? He would be actually going accordingly to an assessment that he has done when he was 15 years old. The assessment is called Specific Vocational Training Program. Here they are going to be tested on their working abilities, their vocational abilities, their fine and gross motor skills, and etc. So, what do you think is the meaning of this picture? Well, the meaning of this picture are decisions. Gabriel has no verdict on where he wants to go in the future. The opportunity to choose one of the options above. Option number 1, sheltered employment. Open employment. The pathway leading to open employment is hard, difficult, and challenging to people with disabilities, so that's why not many of them would be able to enter the open employment. Option number 2, job-related trial and counseling. Here, there are this is provided for people who have the ability and the potential to advance towards the open employment. Option number 3, sheltered workshops. Here in sheltered workshops, these are provided for people who are unable to be accepted in one of the options above. Well, I finally discovered that my brother was going to be entered into the sheltered workshops. So, you would be thinking, what is such a big deal about this? Well, I discovered it will receive an allowance, so-called incentive payment of $26.50 per day. So here I have created a comparison between McDonald's and the sheltered workshops. Here, people who are in the sheltered workshops would earn $3.30 per hour and $26.50 per day, while people who are working in McDonald's would receive the minimum wage, $34.50 per day per hour, and receive $226 per day. This is a 90.4% difference, which is a very large percentage. Here is a leaflet provided by one of the sheltered workshops in Hong Kong. It states that they will receive $26.50 per day as an incentive payment to encourage them to attend the sheltered workshops, and an air conditioning fee of $60 per month and $20 per meal. I've sent a few emails towards the social welfare department raising awareness on this issue, on how important this issue is. And the main points that they have talked about is that they have no employer and employee relationships. That's why they will not be having the minimum wage of $34.50 per hour, and that in the sheltered workshops they will be providing vocational rehabilitation while they are developing more social skills with other people. And why is this such an important issue? It is because it is, in my opinion, a very unreasonable and unacceptable thing. Now I would like you to close your eyes and imagine yourself in their shoes. How would you survive with $26.50 per day? Moving on. We need to value their contribution towards the sheltered workshops and towards the manufacturers who provide them with things to do in the sheltered workshops. And here, Hong Kong is part of the United Nations, and in Article number 27.1b, it states that to protect the rights of persons with disabilities on an equal basis with others to just and favorable conditions of work, including equal opportunities and equal remuneration of work of equal value, safe and healthy working conditions, including protection from harassment and the redress of grievances. In simple words, the United Nations will protect people with disabilities provide people with disabilities and provide a safe and equal place for them to work in. Well, I would like to think about these issues where the people they should have the equal rights with normal people and to create an equal society. And since Hong Kong is a developed and civilized society, I think it is really reasonable for them to earn the same minimum wage and abide against the United Nations. I hope that after this speech I've raised more awareness on such an important issue, and I hope that you would raise awareness of such an important and critical issue. Thank you.